want to let you know a little bit about myself. There's not much to know. I don't know much about anything. I hear its and bits and stories. Not sure if some of the stories are real. Real meaning it's a real story, so you can't say if the stories are real because it's real. You heard the story. It is real. It is a true story. Yes, it's somebody's true story that they told you. But in what section did you walk into to hear someone reading the story? Was it a fictional story? And if someone said it was fictional, what is fictional? How do you characterize the morality of the understanding of the difference of a logical, realistic, misunderstood reality because you can't fathom that truth, which I could have just repeated that reality. So it seems like I'm going all over the place because I am. That's what I do. I wake people up. I want you to think on your own. If you're going to judge, are you going to judge the story? The story is not brown. It is not green. It is only black and white. But it comes in living color. We're not asking you to believe the story. We're telling you the story that is true unto us. The actual story, what actually happened. Do you believe me? Well, in the new world that we're coming into, karma. I like to say this is, I like to build a little bit with a drill and put up a cabinet, took it down yesterday. Karma comes in many colors. And in the upcoming new worlds, our polarity should shrink. In fact, I think it's going to shrink. I think it has to shrink. In order to rearrange what is so strange in this world, that so many people are so good at so many things, but one of the major things that you actually have to be good at is understanding your income. What comes in and what goes out. What you consume, what you assume. You go to the washroom, it's a 1 or a 2. You spent a little change, you spent the big dollar. La gauche tiers. Something ass, not genius. Anyways, it's genuine. Anyways, there was a reason for that because the word ass is A55, so we're gonna have to look up A55. It's also A19, also noted as A13, also noted as A13, also noted as A72, which is the beta gates. The bag. Yeah, you got the bag. That is the beta gates. I'm getting this just through numbers, through the position of the letter in the alphabet. The S is a center letter. There are, sorry, it is an end letter. It is in the third and first reality because there is 1, there's 10, and then there's 19. So the J is in the center of both. But I didn't want to get into that. I was talking about morality, realistic, logical. And I'm a little lost from what I was saying too, so I'm not sure. Okay, so just to cut it short and to end the video, I read into these. I think there's more. I think this is just a skeleton. Just a skeleton. Just like the bookends of a, you see a bookshelf with books in it and you have bookends? Well, this is basically all bookends. That's to come apart. So this is what I'm getting into fate. I believe if you lie in the future, that if you tell a story that's in a certain category, you're going to turn a certain color, automatically telling whether or not you're telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And in this world right now, what's happening, people are getting taken advantage monetarily. People don't know the actual cost. Should we be making more than a certain amount? Should people be taking advantage of other people? And they should not. We should all be taught. In order to get along for better understanding, we become the security of each other. We don't need high security all around us. We are the security around us. And we pick and choose a few and then we put a badge in them saying this is our security. running under our laws, but the laws cannot be changed by a small group or faction of people that were elected by the people. When you're changing laws, it has to come back to the people. When you're put into office, you are put into office under the laws that are there, okay? Not there to create new laws unless the people ask to create new laws. And under a majority should not be realistic, because some people in the voting of a majority don't have the rational logic to be able to think in order to understand, in order to vote on that reality, because they can't fathom the understanding of that truth, of the truth. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. One calculator, some dice cubes, a bigger cube, 27 small cubes into one cube they call Rubik's Cube, equaling to number 85. It also in design says 1010 TV. There are 6 colors, 3 colors opposite, 3 colors opposite, 2 colors opposite when it goes in a ring, 1 to the pole, 2 colors opposite when it goes to the pole. So the ring is 4 colors, 2 opposite. We have a corner, we have 8 corners of 3 colors, we have 12 sides with 2 colors, 24, 24, 48. Understand this, understand this, understand this. And now it was brought back up. I haven't done it in a while. We're going to go over this keyboard. Again, there's a lot of work. The keyboard time, there's a lot of work. This is what I see. You might say, hey, the guy's crazy, doesn't know what he's doing, he's wasting his time. I'm not. I'm excited. We all want to do something that's organic in life. This is my orgasm in life. Okay? This is what it is. To learn, to know, to understand, because it goes along with how do you treat your neighbor, how do you treat your friends, what is it to love on to another as you love yourself? Maybe you don't love yourself. Start to love yourself. In this world, we've been running a labyrinth. The labyrinth, the maze, there's so many roadblocks to go to where it's so easy to go. And another thing I wanted to mention, I had a belt. I don't know if I have it here or I moved it on the table. But I had a belt, and what happens to it, right, is you take it and you twist it. And as the earth is turning or moving, right, if you're flying, let's say an airplane in the air, as the earth is turning, the earth is tilting this way, and then it's tilting back. So if you say, how come we don't have to down nose our plane when we're going to a certain distance, okay, because the other side of the world where the toilets go the other way, where the gravity or whatever it is because of the twist. And then the symmetrical movement of this planet, just one is like this and one is, let's say, one is like this and one is like this. And it's sort of like does that. So when you get, by the time you land or get to wherever your destination is, there's nothing to move, because that 7-hour flight was enough time for that island or whatever it is to reposition itself. So you could just keep going straight. Somebody asked me, is the earth flat? Let me tell you one thing. When I go up the hill, it's flat going up. And when I go down the hill, it's flat going down. Is it flat going down and all the way around? Can we do that to the earth? Well, you know what? Instead of doing this, why don't we do this? This is round. It's more spherical. Isn't that round? Look, at the same time as it's round, it's flat. But to hold in the ocean basin, it's got to be round. So there's a round part here and a round part here. They're just not together. There's a round part here and a round part here. So now if the earth keeps moving in that motion, they'll both be flat. It all depends what round is to you. I know I went around the block and I came back home. So was it a round block or a square block? And how did I go around? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Yes, I do like to come out here and play some jokes. And right now, thank you for watching this video. And the truth will set you free.